Welcome back to another edition of Prem Brulee, the number one podcast in your headphones. That's right. Don't get it twisted. Don't ever play yourselves. I'm your host, Premobot of the Play Call Network. Before we get started, let's pause for some sponsors.
What it do, baby?
We are back. Another fresh, spicy edition. You know how we get started, yeah, fam or nah? And just like last episode, we lead off with NBA free agency. All the moves I outlined in last episode were made official now that all the dominoes are in place. And speaking of dominoes, Kawhi Leonard
What it do, baby?
to the Clippers. The fucking Clippers.
And have fun with it.
And then, right after that news broke, the Clippers acquired Paul George. The same Paul George who decided to re-sign with the Thunder just last year. OKC acquired 3 unprotected first-round picks from the Clippers in years 2022, 24, and 26. Plus, they received 2 firsts from Miami, a 2021 unprotected pick, and a 2023 protected pick from 1 to 14. On top of that, they have the right to swap picks with the Clippers in 2023 and 2025.
And have fun with it.
The Clippers in the trade also shipped off last year's first-round pick Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Danilo Gallinari. It was reported after that the Oklahoma City Thunder GM Sam Presti leveraged the Clippers and Raptors in trade talks for Paul George. There's even a rumor that a deal centered around Pascal Siakam involved Paul George and Russell Westbrook heading to Toronto. However, the Clippers' ability to deliver an unprecedented amount of draft picks and young point guard Gilgeous-Alexander ended up being the difference maker. Toronto didn't have enough assets to satisfy OKC, even with Siakam. But Sam Presti proved his worth by involving the Raptors and made the Clippers go all in if they wanted Paul George. Kawhi made it clear he wanted someone else in order to sign with the Clippers. And they sure as hell did it. Kawhi, you sneaky, sneaky man.
And have fun with it. What it do, baby?
Kawhi controlling the NBA like LeGod James. King Snake Kevin Durant never could do that, even if he tried.
Petty alert, petty alert, petty alert.
Unreal. Didn't even think Paul George was on the table. Kawhi was,
And have fun with it.
and look what happens. After that happened, the Lakers moved quick to fill out their roster. They signed Danny Green to a 2-year deal worth $30 million. They also added DeMarcus Cousins on a 1-year deal. They re-signed Rajon Rondo, JaVale McGee, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and, of course, secret weapon Alex Caruso. The Lakers also signed Quinn Cook, Jared Dudley, Troy Daniels, and most recently Avery Bradley. Another potential domino or result of this Paul George trade. Russell Westbrook might be traded, as the Thunder have clearly made their intentions known to rebuild. They are clearly moving away from contention, which puts Russ's 11-year career with the franchise in danger of ending. He's reportedly expressed interest in Miami, and the interest is mutual, so we'll have to stay tuned for that. But just like last week, you already know I'm a yeah fam to this. This season is wide the fuck open. Who knows who'll end up winning? Because for the first time in a long time, this league is super balanced. Think about it. The following teams realistically could have a chance at raising the Larry O'Brien trophy. The aforementioned Clippers, the Milwaukee Bucks, last year's best team, Boston Celtics might be addition by subtraction, the Golden Snake Warriors,
Petty alert, petty alert, petty alert.
Houston Rockets, the Philadelphia 76ers, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Utah Jazz, the Denver Nuggets, the Portland Trailblazers. Don't think I missed anyone. If you want to throw in the Spurs, they're all contenders. All of them legitimate contenders. There's no snakes ruining the NBA now.
Petty alert, petty alert, petty alert.
And instead of a single true big three, there's a whole bunch of dynamic duos across the league. There's no clear favorite, and that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Next up on Yeah Fam or Nah, the USA women's national soccer team won the World Cup in France. They're back-to-back champs. What a bunch of badass women who deserve all of our love. Meanwhile, our fucking men's soccer team can't even make the field, let alone win it once. Forget 4 times. They can't even make the pool of teams. The women made Fox viewership skyrocket, jersey sales to the top of the board. And tell me why there's still a fucking pay gap? This women's national team is exactly who everybody needs to rally behind. And as the number one soccer fan and resident expert, go USA, go soccer. Specifically, go women's soccer. They're just a bunch of badasses out there. They don't take dives like the men's games go. And they fucking win. We want winners. Behind them 1,000%. And you should too, because they are fucking champions. Now it's time for Like You Know, Like You Hate It. Obviously, slow times around here, so I just have one of each. First, the likey. You know I like to go positive to negative here. The Cincinnati Reds wore sleeveless throwbacks on their game July 7th. It was a Sunday game. There are a few rules that'll stand the test of time. Sun's out, guns out, and sky's out, thighs out.
What it do, baby?
Look at these Ohio boys making us proud. A no likey goes to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hitting 91 total home runs in the MLB Home Run Derby, but not walking away with the crown. Mets rookie Pete Alonso won the Home Run Derby. Very worthy champion, but you just hate to see it. Vlad Guerrero put on a show. Pete Alonso might have walked away with the trophy, but everybody was talking about Vlad Jr. And the cool thing was, they were both rookies. So, their prize for winning the Home Run Derby was already more than their year's salary playing baseball. However, Vlad Jr. doesn't get to take that home with him. There's no moral $1 million, so...
Petty alert, petty alert, petty alert.
Congratulations, you played yourself. I mean, good for the sorry-ass Mets, though. They deserve a little happiness. Probably all they're going to get. But I guess you got to take that, right? Alright, my hate it for this week is from USA Today's Dan Wolken. He tweeted, quote, NBA TV has just shown Ja Morant in the stands eating chili cheese fries and Jaren Jackson downing some chicken fingers and fries. Do the Grizzlies even have a nutritionist? End tweet. Before I drag this keyboard cook, Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. replied perfectly. Morant in the classic SpongeBob meme style typing, alternating capital and lowercase letters, just mocked Wolken's tweet and then added the hashtag cheat day. Jaren replied with a tweet saying, quote, is this a tweet about us eating? I love how proper everything is written out. A smart guy. End tweet. Is there a quota for these fucking schmoes on an amount they need to tweet each day? Why? I know this is slow sports time, but why in the hell are we questioning two players that have reached the pinnacle, the elite level of basketball? They can burn off an unhealthy meal like it's their fucking job, and they're 19 years fucking old. Doesn't matter what the fuck they eat. They're elite athletes and young. that shit won't even hit them. And who the fuck are you? What, they can't have a goddamn cheat meal? They can eat whatever the fuck they want. If they can work out afterwards, it doesn't fucking matter. Chad Ochocinco ate McDonald's. If they were trying to hide it, you think their asses would be sitting in the stands eating that unhealthy food? Why the fuck do you need to talk about it? Find something better to tweet about. Live tweet a fucking show. If you're that bored. Do they have a nutritionist? Please, give me a fucking break. Just fucking do better, man. Alright, Joker, it's your time, baby.
And here we go.
You played yourself as up. My favorite section. Your favorite section, I'm guessing. First up, you played yourself goes to those of you trying to tell me the tremendous assets the Lakers gave up to acquire Anthony Davis. Especially after your asses saw the haul the Thunder received in exchange for Paul George. You fucking hate to see it. I don't mind. I love being right.
Petty alert, petty alert, petty alert.
You guys keep resting on the fact that the Lakers gave up fucking Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, and Josh Hart. And some draft picks that aren't even going to be touched near the top of the first round. Instead, the Clippers gave up the next 7 years worth of draft picks. Last I checked, they have 4 years of these players for right now. Then those picks could be real nice. Just hate to see it. Y'all fucking keyboard analysts trying to tell us all the value the Thunder got in exchange. Give me a break. On that same note, You Played Yourself goes to loyalty in the NBA. Paul George just re-signed and committed with OKC in dramatic fashion last summer. He was trying to be lured away by an LA team. He got traded away from Indiana, initially saying he was going to end up in LA. Then got convinced to stay in OKC with his boy Russell Westbrook. Then 1 year later, he's traded to the exact city he was considering last summer. And before that, involving a common team, Blake Griffin once signed a 5-year max deal with the Los Angeles Clippers not too long ago, and then a half season later was dealt to the Detroit Pistons. They do not give a fuck. You Played Yourself goes to the idea of loyalty in any sport. It really be like that sometimes. You really do. Next up on You Played Yourself, new Utah Jazz forward Jeff Green. So Green signed a 1 year, $2.5 million deal on July 2nd. And before I get into why he's on You Played Yourself, this was from his former teammate Dwayne Wade. Quote, I do not understand how and why Jeff Green keeps signing these 1 year deals for the minimum. This is now 3 years in a row. He's never injured. He's never been a problem in the locker room. He's athletic. He can shoot the three. He can guard multiple positions. And he's not old. End quote. This man, Jeff Green, needs a new agent immediately. Why in the hell, if you waited out the first wave of free agent signings right away when free agency opens, wouldn't you then just finish out waiting for the rest? This man could have gotten way more money signing elsewhere if he just waited a few more measly days. He could have been added to one of the teams filling out their roster post Kawhi Leonard.
What it do, baby?
And worst comes to worst, he winds up with the same $2.5 million. What's the fucking thought process here? It doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist. Dwayne Wade's questioning this, but he should be questioning Jeff Green's fucking agent. What's he doing accepting $2.5 million? There's so many teams that needed to fill out their roster, and plenty of teams that had room to pay him. You played yourself. Jeff Green, and more importantly, his agent. The fuck is the move there? It's a fucking logic. You already waited. You're not gonna get left off. Especially if you're gonna take the goddamn minimum. You can get that anywhere.
Petty alert, petty alert, petty alert.
Alright, you already know. I'll take any chance I get to rip the Snakes of Oakland. So why shouldn't the middle of July be any different? If you're going to be spicy at their best, be spicy at their worst.
Petty alert, petty alert, petty alert.
So Kendrick Perkins brought this to our attention. He said the following. Golden State took out a full-page ad congratulating Toronto, but didn't do it for Cleveland. Was it because of the Kyle Lowry thing? First of all, Perk, permission to join Team Petty? Granted.
Petty alert, petty alert, petty alert.
Welcome aboard. Tweeting about this shit? Post NBA Finals? Just random thoughts?
And have fun with it.
That's that petty energy we need, baby. That's that spicy. Bring it, baby. Starting center, Team Petty.
What it do, baby?
But this one's a little sketchy, is it not? Kendrick Perkins is spot on. We call the Warriors all class while they play their players into injuries, and their fans don't appreciate their stars. So much so that they leave your team. They have probably no reason to.
Petty alert, petty alert, petty alert.
We want to call him class when a fucking minority owner goes out of his way to shove an opposing player. Just because they take out a fucking newspaper ad that costs them fucking pennies. Where was that energy before? When you blew a fucking 3-1 lead? Nah, it's just when it's convenient, right? Because your minority owner that you all of a sudden coined an investor shoved an opposing player. So now we got to class it up, right? That, quote, investor, who we all know is a minority owner, that just got a slap on the wrist. But it's all forgiven. You took out a fucking newspaper ad. I see right through your fucking bullshit, Snakes of Oakland.
Petty alert, petty alert, petty alert.
Let's add that fucking newspaper ad to our toilet paper supply, along with that stupid-ass Kevin Durant jersey you're gonna raise to the rafters, because it's all bullshit. Make it all toilet paper and shove it up your asses, Snakes of Oakland. See right through your bullshit.
What it do, baby?
Alright, who you got? What you feeling? So, 2 episodes ago, I did a little stay or go with NBA free agents. At the time, I thought Kawhi Leonard
What it do, baby?
was going to stay. And I was obviously incorrect, but I felt like I needed to own up to that.
Have fun with it.
I also talked about which free agent was the bigger domino, Kawhi or Kevin Durant. It pained me at the time to say it, but I went with the King Snake Kevin Durant. I should have just went with my true heart and picked Kawhi, because I think it honestly might have been Kawhi. Him going to the Clippers changed the face of Oklahoma City, Toronto, the Lakers, whereas Kevin Durant likely mostly changed the Warriors and the Nets, for the most part. Knicks fans might be delusional thinking they might have had him, but, I mean, let's not play ourselves. Kawhi's move set forth a bigger domino effect, I would say. Forced the Lakers to fill out their roster with other players. The Clippers totally changed into a 2-star city that rivals the team they share a building with. And now the Raptors, although they're defending champs, have an entirely different looking roster without Kawhi Leonard. Last week, I decided who had the weirder potential starting lineup next year, the Warriors or the Sixers. Basically, all the defense versus none of it. I went with the Snakes of Oakland. I'm very worried about my boy D'Angelo Russell and how he fits the Warriors, so we'll stay tuned for that. Also went over the big and smaller free agency moves I loved and hated. The big move I loved were King Snake and Kyrie going to Brooklyn. The big move I hated was, just like I mentioned, D'Angelo to the Snakes of Oakland. Also, not entirely sure why Jimmy Butler wanted to go to Miami, but if they get Russell Westbrook, maybe he was onto something, Nostradamus. Lower tier free agency move, I love J.J. Redick to the Pelicans. And the one I hated was Al Horford to Philly, Terry Rozier to Charlotte. Both of those were a little too rich for my blood. And I also went over some of my least favorite contracts of free agency. And those were Tobias Harris getting $36 million per year, Chris Middleton being a max player for Milwaukee, and the aforementioned Terry Rozier getting $19 million a year after they let Kemba Walker walk. This week, we had to do it. Pick between the better LA duo. Everybody's talking about it. The Lakers with LeBron James and Anthony Davis be playing in the same building as the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Who's the better duo? You already know where my loyalty lies.
What it do, baby? Have fun with it.
Just kidding. It's not Kawhi. It's LeBron. I'm going with LeBron and Anthony Davis. I'm excited to see it. LeBron at point guard. Which, by the way, you played yourself if you're making a big deal about LeBron playing point guard. We already know he did. Give me a break. I would love if the Lakers actually run a big-ass lineup with him truly playing point guard so it actually creates a matchup nightmare. That I would love. Hopefully they have the cojones for that. And with the huge success of Major League Baseball's Home Run Derby in Cleveland this year, Vlad Jr. putting on a show, with rookie Pete Alonso winning, Jock Peterson in his intense semifinal against Vlad Jr., wanted to ask what was a better pro sports all-star event? The Major League Baseball Home Run Derby or pick an event on NBA Saturday night? Whether that be the dunk contest or three-point shootout. Obviously, it's not anything in the Pro Bowl. We already know that. As the biggest hockey fan you know, I'll purposely leave that out, being the expert I am. Go Jackets, go hockey. But I'm going to go with the dunk contest as my top pro all-star game event. I love the history behind the dunk contest. I would love if they continue to get the best dunkers in there like they used to. But I love that they're constantly pushing the envelope. The Home Run Derby was a hit, but it isn't always a hit. They're working on making it better, and this year was a tremendous success. But I still got to say, the dunk contest is definitely more entertaining. And it doesn't hurt that it's on an actual Saturday night instead of a fucking Monday. Like, give me a break with that in Major League Baseball. As for what I'm feeling this week, it had to be being in Houston with my family for my cousin Nickett, new cousin Natasha's, a.k.a. Natty Cake's wedding. What an incredible time. We really did not play ourselves with the drinking or eating, and Big Bot brand knows how to do things.
What it do, baby?
If you don't know, now you know. As for my too much sense for this week, the advice I wanted to leave you with this week is to make sure that you ask for help. Never be too proud to enlist help from those closest to you. Independence is great and all, but if the overall product, especially you, is suffering, don't be too stubborn and turn down help. Independence should not come at a cost equal to happiness, productivity, and progress. And that's what I'll leave you with. And with that, that wraps up another edition of the number one podcast in your headphones. That's right. Don't ever get it twisted. Don't ever play yourselves. Prem Brulee, all up in your headphones. I've been your host, Premo Bot of the Play Call Network. You know the drill. Subscribe. Share an episode with a friend. Tell that friend to share with another one. Leave a review for your boy. I would greatly appreciate that. And please check out all of our other podcasts by the Play Call Network.
Have fun with it.
We would greatly appreciate it. And we'll talk to you next time.